So, a very important question when it comes to reading birth charts is what sign should you be following? If you're following the Western zodiac system, highly likely you're looking at sun signs, and that too from the tropical perspective. That is the fixed sun signs, the fixed zodiac, where we say that being born between this date and this date means that you are a particular sign. However, when you come into the Indian system, the Indian Vedic system, you will not be following the sun signs. You will be following moon signs because moon signs is how the Indian nakshatra based zodiac system works. So, I've already told you in the previous video that an Indian system of Vedic astrology follows fixed nakshatras, constellations, or what we usually call lunar mansions. There are 27 nakshatras in total, spanning 360 degrees of the sky. And these 27 nakshatras are deified as the wives of the moon. That's why they're also called lunar mansions. Now, we will always follow the moon. Moon is the planet that will move the fastest. So obviously, two Leos cannot be born the same. A Leo born on 21st of July will be different from a Leo born in August, in early August. So things are going to be very different. But when we follow the system of the moon, moon signs will change every 2.5 days, right? And there too, nakshatras will keep changing every few minutes. So the moon takes around 90 minutes to 100 minutes to go through 1 degree. The sky in totality is 360 degrees, just like that little circle, that circle of life. It's 360 degrees, right? And the moon will take about 90 minutes to 100 minutes, depending on the position, the relative position between the earth and the moon, to go through that 1 degree, which means that your personality, whoever you are and how you'll behave, is going to change every 90 minutes to 100 minutes, right? And that is how this system of Indian sidereal Vedic Jyotish is a lot more particular, a lot more complex, and also simpler to follow because things are going to change every once in a while. So if you're born on Monday, let's say 29th August at 11 a.m., and if you're born on same Monday, 29th August at 1:30 p.m., there will be a striking difference between you and the other person who's born earlier. The time of birth is slightly different, but the place of birth is same. The date is the exact same, but the moon and its degrees could be different. Moon would have certainly changed its degree, which would change your personality. Moon may have also changed the nakshatra pada, or it may have also changed nakshatra. Maybe it also changed its signs depending on where the moon is placed at the moment. So that little sign wise difference, that little nakshatra, nakshatra pada and degree wise difference is going to create a brand new beautiful kundli. And that brand new beautiful kundli, when looked at the moon's point of view, is going to tell you everything you need to know about yourself and the life that's going to unfold later. And of course, these are the strongest possible things that are going to happen in your life, the strongest possibilities of your life, which often does not really happen when we look at the fixed system of the tropical zodiac. Not saying it's incorrect, it's pretty cool, I like it. And I love to use the tropical zodiac for life progression. But when it comes to predictions, figuring out exactly what is happening when and how, there I use the sidereal zodiac system. So when you come and when you have a look at the Indian system of the zodiac, you should focus a lot more on your moon sign, on your nakshatra, and if possible, the exact degree of your moon. That's going to help you out a lot. There is another piece of this puzzle called the ascendant. Now, the ascendant is common between the tropical system as well as the sidereal system. In a nutshell, your ascendant is the sign that was rising from the east at the time of birth, right? Now, these signs change approximately 2 hours, right? So there are 24 hours approximately in a day, and there are 12 signs approximately. So approximately every 2 hours, the ascendant sign or the sign that is rising in the east in your kundli is going to change. Now, when we look at the Indian system of the zodiac, we take up that ascendant, and that ascendant is placed in the first house of your kundli. And that ascendant talks about your body. Who are you? What do you look like? What kind of weight will you gain? How will you lose weight? How will you gain muscle? Will you be tall? Will you be short? Will your complexion have a reddish cast or a yellowish cast or no cast at all? So all these things can be checked via the nakshatra. So when it comes to the Indian Vedic system, focus more on the moon signs, specifically on the nakshatras, and then more specifically on the nakshatra pada. You can use the ascendant as the first house of your kundli to figure out who you are, what you look like, and what outlook you have on life. And then you can use sun signs to figure out what your soul truly wants and how it wants to progress in life. We'll discuss more about this in the upcoming videos, but I hope that you know what to focus on and how to go about things. Once again, let's recap. Your moon sign will tell you everything about your psychology, everything about your emotions, everything about your subconscious, and yes, everything about your karma. Your ascendant will talk about the avatar that you have taken in this life, that is, this physical body. And finally, the sun sign can tell you a lot about who you are at your core, who you are from the inside, and how exactly you want to progress in your life, what your soul truly wants. So I hope this clears the confusion. But again, if you're following Vedic astrology, focus on the moon sign. Hope this was helpful.